So surprisingly enough, there is no copyright claim on my first Hearts of Iron video, and I gotta tell you, I'm fucking shocked. But you know, there's a first time for everything. All right, back to the mess. We need a national focus, and we just took aviation, and we haven't researched anything in it. And like, it seems to me that if you take stuff and don't research stuff, you just kind of lose the bonus. So we're gonna do secret weapons now. Jump over here, and we're gonna get back down into our save here, where we are at war or not at war with anybody. We've just completed the Chilean War. We also conquered Uruguay. Our next target is going to be Bolivia, but we haven't started justifying against them yet, but we will soon. After that, we'll be looking at the reality of Paraguay, but we'll get to the difficulty with that later. And the reality of Peru, which we'll get to the difficulty with that later. Argentina's done pretty well so far. We've lost some people, but not that many. We're still kind of behind in the production game. We don't really have enough factories to do the things we need to do. We won the Chilean War relatively easily because of mobile units. And that actually reminds me, let's go to our naval commander here and tell him to stop doing shit. Hold. He's going to return to port, it looks like. That's what we want, so go ahead and do that. And while we're at it, actually, let's pretend that we also are going to do some submarines. Though we're a long way off from doing anything with that. And then, you know, we're caught up. Let's start the clock. Siam has joined with Japan officially now in their alliance, the Eastern Alliance. We're trying to build stability back up and some political power to get things going for our war on Bolivia. The war on Bolivia is our natural right. We must have all of the Bolivian territory because it's owed to us. The true masters of South America. Oh, we got a doctrine. So it's time for us to research another doctrine because we have a bonus here. So we need to do that. And will we spend? We will spend. Let's try to get our planes sorted out. We're going to need them up here. Because we're going to need to... we're going to need air supremacy over Bolivia. So hold those orders. Hold those orders. Merge these guys. And get them on air supremacy up into the Andes. We've completed the computing machine. All right. So it's time to start getting these because we started that tree. So let's take support weapons 1. How are our recruit situations? We're down on supplies, but we are starting to put out horses because there's nothing in the horse divisions except for horses and men and rifles. We do have a fair number of rifles that we've gotten from our sugar daddies. Our fascist sugar daddies. All right. India and Pakistan, white peace. Let's look what that looks like. Back to the original borders. Well, that's not going to last, is it? And that's what they were fighting about. Wow, that's interesting. They went with a white peace. Now, they're both non-aligned, right? Yeah, not aligned, both of them with a potential to become democratic. We'll see how that works out for them. They could be a significant counterweight if they went fascist. So we're gonna go to India, and we're gonna encourage fascism. And we're gonna do the same in Pakistan. Because if either of these countries went fascist, it would really help us because we need to keep the Japanese and the allies alive so we can get free stuff from them. For that matter, we're about a half year ahead, and we will need the ability to produce more rubber. So, but I think we'll maybe take this first. Yeah. Oh, actually, no shit. We need to do an air doctrine because we got a free one. We're gonna do battlefield support because what we use planes for is pretty limited. Maybe we should do South Africa as well. Oh, they're already gonna be fascists. We don't need to. We just, you know, throw a little bit in there. How's Australia doing? Is it looking? Oh, Mexico declares war on Honduras. Oh my God, that's hot. They're gonna get fucked by the United States. They're not aligned. They could go any way, really. Lazaro Cardenas. Sure. Guatemala is done. That was quick. So yeah, now that Mexico has its own focus tree, I would consider doing a Mexico playthrough as well. Everything would go fine until Panama, and then the Americans would fuck you. Alright, so we need to start saving political power, but we're doing a lot of politics right now. Italy lays claim, and that's just useless. Yeah, great. You got even more enemies than you had before. That's just dumb. Events triggering like that are like suicidal, right? Let's go ahead and get the naval effort. All right. I mean, we're losing political power now, so we're gonna have to stop boosting popularity here pretty quickly. They do look like they're probably going fascist anyways, huh? Sport weapons 1 is done. That's great. Now, remember, we have a bunch of 1s in stock. We probably don't have enough 1s to fill all our needs, but let's do it anyways because you do start to get some real tactical problems from not having the right status of equipment, right? That's what it seems like to me. Alrighty, South Africa now. Looks like it's going fascist. Either way, we're not accruing any political power, and we want to keep pumping in. We want to keep exciting. We want to keep entrancing. No, we want to keep putting it into India and Pakistan. Oh man. We want to have sex with internationally, we'd like to penetrate the countries of we need more fascist sugar daddies, and if the Comintern conquers the world, we're not going to get it. This looks like it'll probably go fascist. We might have to come back to it. Let's cancel it. We pushed it a little bit, so it's 52%. It was close to that anyways. We probably helped. We are now accruing a little bit of political power. How's India and Pakistan going? We've started a nascent fascist movement in both of those countries, and that's good. If we can get them to be fascist allies before Japan or Britain gets conquered, that'll be good. Africa is in the hands of the fascist British Empire and Italy. Ooh, Shaanxi. Okay, Japan biting off as much as it can chew. And more. The faction situation in Asia is not great for them. They're fighting the Comintern on multiple fronts. Siam are in with them. That's why I'm trying to bring in India and Pakistan as best as possible. Perhaps we should talk to Iran as well. They're also not aligned. We've recruited more people. What do we got? A bunch of horses recruited, it looks like. These horse troops are just horses and men and rifles. They don't have any medical units or any support units with them. And they're doing pretty well. Let's see. So all our lend lease is over, right? Except for Italy. No, Italy's just broken. See, this seems pretty bugged out. This is one of those things I don't understand. Thanks for the host, Senku Senpai. I'm not sure if that is meaningful, but I appreciate it nonetheless. Right. So our lend lease with them, they satisfied it, but now they're giving us fractional amounts of units and nothing else. You can see here it says 0.25. It says they're 100% transported, but they're giving us like a fractional fiat per day or something. It's really weird. So I tend to just cancel these. They're not really giving us anything, so we are going to need to improve, but we don't have the political power to fuck around with that right now because we're trying to get these Nacis movements in. Mexico is becoming dangerous up there, aren't they? Are they fascists? Or are they not aligned? They're not aligned. Man, they're just conquering all of fucking Central America, aren't they? All right, let's abandon the India-Pakistan thing. Maybe they've got enough fascism to go somewhere. It's too much to spend. We can't be the world's fascist sugar daddy. We are the sugar babies. Wait, what? We require support from fascist daddies. Oh my god. All right, so we might have enough power to justify here. La Paz. Yeah, 25, great. And then we're going to need to look at our potential fascist sugar daddies. Oh, okay. Bangladesh-Pakistani civil war. So that's interesting. Oh, you have 32 followers. Oh, that's pretty good. That's more than well, almost more than me, but a nearly equal amount to me, which I suppose makes a difference. So I appreciate it. I just don't know Twitch very well, so I'm not trying to demean you at all. I'm just saying I don't know how it really works. So, all right. So let's cozy up to Sugar Daddy Oswald. Hey, Oswald. Come here often. And Japan. Improve. Oh, whoa, whoa. Now Italy, you know, they're on the run. I don't think cozying up to them is worth the points. Yeah, pause. We could do it anyways. I can't hurt. It is kind of a waste. And did I do Hungary by accident? Because Hungary doesn't even exist. Stop. No, cancel. Stop improving. Yeah. I did do Hungary by accident. You fool! Alright, I need to research here. Oh, I got two things. Shit. I'm fucking off. Fucking around. Go ahead and get this, and take the discount. Thank you very much. And air doctrine? Oh. No. Nuclear technology. Atomic research. That's hot. That's hot. God, I love Paris Hilton. I know, it's just so wrong. Somebody tried to kill Trotsky, so all is not well in Russia. All right, Italy, nuzzle. All right, open the country list. Oh, hey, we can now produce a single submarine hull. Yeah, that's good. So we did naval effort, so we get 2 more dockyards, and we're just gonna drop them in convoys because we've been lacking in convoys most of the game. And we took a. Did we do a air doctrine? We did. Did we do a second? Did we do a land doctrine? We're doing land doctrine at a discount right now. Let's do an equipment, and then we'll do a infantry weapon research at a discount. That'll be nice, right? What is the Bolivian War justification date? The 10th of November, 1940. So about 4 months. So not much, But it looks like we're going to do well with it. Let's look at our mobile, which is not increasing at all. What are we waiting on? Enough vehicles. Look at this shit. You got German trucks, our own trucks, Japanese trucks, and Italian trucks. We're adding all three of these to that army, that extremely undersupplied army. Mexico declared war on Nicaragua. Man, they are just conquering all of Central America. They are non-aligned. Ooh. Man, it would be nice if they were fascist. I'm worried that they're going to attack me. I feel like they would kick my ass. Got another horsey. We could recruit all these horses. But we got a couple months. So let's let them train. We're low on men. But we're spending all our political power on other bullshit. So we can't even pay to get a bigger recruit base. Mexico declares war on Costa Rica. Well, if they declare war on Panama, they are fucked. They conquered Nicaragua just like that. If they attack Panama, the U.S. will attack them, and they're in trouble. Our stability is great. No revolts internally in the new Argentine League or Empire. Mexico took Costa Rica. What are they going to do now? Oh, God. If they come down to South America, great. We're upgraded weapons. Now, we have a bunch of these in stock, so it shouldn't be horrible, but we do have 8,000 less than we need. We're just gonna go ahead and do this one because it's waiting. Because we want to actually research the next level of weapons at a discount. Alright, I got good feelings about the Bolivian War. We're pretty OP right now, and they're not aligned, so they shouldn't join the Comintern or anything. So we shouldn't get fucked in that regard. I guess we'll see what happens. Please, Bolivia, do not fuck me. Fun fact about South America is that Bolivia and Peru are the two countries in South America with the highest percentage of non-European ancestry. Uruguay, Argentina, Paraguay, Chile, Brazil, Venezuela, Colombia, Ecuador actually have more people of non-American ancestry, majority non-American ancestry, than otherwise. Because the Spanish colonial legacy is quite big. Oh, what a legacy you have, Spanish colonial empire. Can I touch it? Let's see. Are we up to 50? No, not even close. And fighter, sure. All right, what did we get? Horses. Oh, did we finish them off? Is that? Yeah. All our horses are done being recruited. So our whole horse division is up. It says army number 1, but is actually the 3rd army. Oh, we're building some political power. We're almost to the Bolivian War date, which is early November, right? 10th November. We're real close. That's good. And we nuzzled up here. There are 3 potential sugar daddies. We really need their help. So, Japan wants docking rights. Yeah, sure. I don't know what that means. But if one of my sugar daddies wants it, one of my sugar daddies gets it. Alright, we're 8 days from the war starting. Before we do it, let's take a look at Europe real quick, huh? Well, we'll stop on the day and see how the European conflict is proceeding. Well, it's more of a world conflict, isn't it? Yeah. 9th, 10th. Here we go. All right. So pause the game. I'm just going to declare war right now. Great. Now, nuzzle up to Oswald Mosley. And oh, whoa, Oswald. Can you please give me some equipment, Woes? No. No. No, man, Oswald is not putting out. He won't give me shit. Will he give me fuel? No, nothing. That means he's getting his ass kicked. Italy, how you doing? Unknown focus. Mussolini, whoa. Now we know that Mussolini is not doing well. Nothing. Nothing. They won't give me shit. Okay. Japan, you're our only hope. Hirohito-san, you're our only hope. Support, no. Oh no. Motorized, yes. Okay, get a few jeeps. No anti-air. No rifles. No arty. No fuel. Okay, well, they're gonna give me a couple trucks, and I can use them, so. Hungary doesn't even exist, so what could they possibly give me? They'll give me stuff, apparently, but they don't have anything. Well, I'll see what they give me. And, Venezuela, whatever. Whatevs. Well, all that nuzzling for nothing. That's some bullshit right there. That was it. 4. Alright, I got about 40 more minutes that I can go. And then I'll have to go. So hopefully I'll be able to get some of this action on. Oh! So we're going to look at Europe, and it's interesting. The British have opened up a front on the Comintern. The Allies, it is. They've taken Normandy. They've made a reverse D-Day, where the fascist empire has landed in the Comintern. I guess it's not quite a reverse D-Day. It's a very confusing D-Day. I'm not Brazil. I am Argentina. One day I'll take over Brazil. Right. So I'm fascist Argentina. Exactly. So the British are making inroads in the north. They have all of Africa except for a few neutral territories. The Comintern stretches from the Atlantic to the Pacific. The Allies, are they at war with the Japanese too? So war number 1 is the Allies versus the Comintern. Oh, and the Chinese and stuff. Okay. Then war number 2 is the Comintern versus the Japanese. War number 3 is Bangladesh versus Pakistan. They have to get through India. I don't see how that's going to work. Then the Mexican Panamanian War. Wow, surely the Americans want to get involved in that, huh? Mexico are going to be seriously like up in my business very soon. Let's push them fascist a little bit. And then our war, which we're about to start. Yay for war! Hooray! War! All right. So let's stop by our airplanes and push out what we got. Got a couple more fighters. That will help air supremacy, and the close air support is already assigned. Press go. Press the go button, boys. We just don't have enough trucks. Let's see what our sugar daddies are going to give us. Hungary is going to give us stuff. They don't even have a country, but they're giving us guns, arty, and support equipment. The Japanese are giving us 142 trucks. And that's it. Not much. Does look like we should be able to take over Bolivia relatively quickly, but I guess we'll find out. This is a three-pronged invasion with a general focus from the infantry army. It's kind of pushing. And then the very small motorized division is trying to push up the left, and the horses are trying to push up the right. Only the horses and the infantry are really properly equipped. All right, yeah. So let's take this improved infantry equipment 1 for 54 days. That's a good deal. So you can see we don't have enough manpower. We're missing support equipment and motorized. We need to use our political power to increase the recruitable population because we're about to lose a bunch of people in this war. Hopefully not too many, but plenty. And that's the other thing. We need to fuck around with these guys. They're communists, and if we start a war with them, they're going to fuck us by joining the Comintern. So we want to turn them fascist, not so they become our friends, so we can kill them. Fun and fascism. It does look like we're winning pretty solidly against Bolivia. We've reached one of our kind of objective points already. We losing a lot of people? We're about equivalent losses, slightly more on our part. It's pretty good. Fighter focus, great. Great. Let's take Doctrine 2. So we need to research a new fighter type. Next thing. We don't have air supremacy because we're not really making any fucking planes. It's yellow now, so it's kind of even. So the Bolivians have enough airplanes to hurt us. Though we do have an ace pilot now, and that's nice. We are taking the Bolivians apart. That's good news. Yeah. La Paz has yet to fall. However, otherwise we're doing very well. We've got them surrounded in their capital. Mass motorization is done. So we need to do fighter tech. Fighter 1. We're way behind in airplanes. Okay, now we need to take a doctrine tech, right? Yep. Mechanized offensive, spend 100, thank you. Man, the Bolivians have just fallen to pieces. What happened to this guy's... Did I accidentally delete his commands or something? They're low on supply, but he's not doing anything, which is a little weird, because I did give them commands, but I may have accidentally deleted them. Because they don't have a front, I don't see the orange line or anything. Alright, the Bolivians are not done. They have not quit. There they go. So 25k infantry 1, that's good for us. We really need that. Great news. Good news, everyone. We've conquered Bolivia. Enter. So, Argentina grows. Right. So, this is where I really start to run into trouble in this game. Let's make sure that we're producing as much rubber as we possibly can. We now got all the basics being built, but very slowly. So let's add in more rifles. Because you gotta have rifles before you have everything, right? And we're gonna use political power to increase our recruitable population because our manpower is quite low. We're going to prepare for the Paraguayan War. However, we're not anywhere near attacking them. No, that's not right. Offensive line. Go a general attack along that front. Then the front line for the horse troops is here. And they'll spearhead here, 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 and then back. So whip crack. And then the mobile division's front will be here. And they will spearhead down like that. We're a long way from that. We got another military factory, so let's make sure we've got all the guns in hand. Our stability is quite high, however, we do have some resistance, and that's interesting. We need to use these 150 that we're about to get here. Oh my god. Oh my god, Mexico. Holy shit, you're fucked. Mexico has declared war on the United States. They're going to take the Panama Canal Zone, but there's no way they'll be able to resist the attack from the north. It's just not possible. I'd be shocked if they did it. They're fucked. So the U.S. is going to be huge very soon, and they're going to be the danger now. Let's have a look at our situation diplomatically. Hungary has no legal transport path. That's useless. Cancel the lease. Japan has transported everything they're going to transport. Let's cancel the lease. No use nuzzling up next to anyone right now. So I mentioned earlier about dealing with the problem with Paraguay. And the problem with Paraguay... Oh, thanks, Chaos342. I do appreciate the follow. I don't get many followers, so I don't always look right away and see them. But I managed to catch yours, and I appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you. Right, the problem with Paraguay. There's a massive war right now going on called the German-Malaysian War, which is the Comintern versus the fascist allies. And the fascist allies aren't doing very well, for what it's worth. But that's Britain, Italy, a former British colony in Malay. Hungary's been defeated. King China looks like it's going down too. Versus the huge Comintern, which is half of Europe, if not more, including Germany. The Socialist Republic of Germany. And the French Commune, etc. That's the big war in the world right now. And it's aligned fascism versus communism. The Paraguayans are currently communist. So if I attack them, there's a really high likelihood that they'll just join the Comintern, and then I'll get my butt kicked. Cast342 says, I just created the most beautiful Italy borders in a multiplayer game, and it's 2 a.m. So I said I'm going to sleep and leave the game, and the server owner told me, if you leave the game, you get banned from the Discord server. Then I left, and the owner banned me. Did you like my cool story? I mean, how long were you playing? As far as I'm concerned, you know, you can't hold people in multiplayer games forever. There's a finite, amount of time people have. 4 hours. That's a reasonable amount of time to contribute to a multiplayer game. It's unrealistic to believe that you would play much longer in a single session of a multiplayer strategy game. So I think you were unjustly banned. If you left after 30 minutes or something, then maybe you would deserve it, but to just be there for 4 hours, that's a long time, man. People have shit to do, like sleep. All right, so Paraguay. I need to convert them away from communism, or they'll join the Comintern, and the war's over. So you say, oh, okay, well, I'm not. Why not attack someone else? Well, Peru will kick my fucking ass. And I don't know why, but they do every fucking time. They just kick the shit out of me. Brazil, I usually don't try to tangle with because they're so big, but maybe they would be a good target. I'm going to work on converting Paraguay to fascism, and then I think that'll unlatch them from the potentially unlatch them from the Comintern. Cancel your mission, and I want you to rebase to here. I got more planes being made. That's good, but I'm not worried about that right now. So we need to increase our recruitable population because we're down to 70,000 free manpower, which is not good. Your mission, and you have to accept it, is to do that. Okay, there's no reason for these to be off the ground right now, so we'll just ignore the fact that there's more of them. Okay, we can now increase our recruitable population for the first time. Limited conscription. Let's see, we're going to go from 70,000 to what? Watch his number not move. It's ticking up, but not very fast. Okay, more is mobilizing every day. All right, the number is moving upwards, and it is moving upwards because of limited conscription a little bit. So I guess we'll see. We're not ready for war anyways, so it doesn't really matter. In the meantime, I think we'll take another air doctrine bonus. And when we do have planes, Senku Senpai and Chaos 342 are having a conversation there. Chaos 342 says, I sometimes think that the Hoi 4 community take this game way too seriously that I get banned for wanting to fucking sleep. And Senku Senpai echoes a sentiment a lot of people who play strategy games say, well, that's why I play by myself. That's interesting, guys. I don't really ever play multiplayer games. Well, I say that, but I rarely do. But I've been doing that for years. You're right about taking games too seriously, though. It is just a fucking game. But more importantly, like, what are your expectations for multiplayer? If it's more than 4 hours, you're not being realistic. Like, people have lives, they have responsibilities, and they have needs. So they need to shit, they need to eat, they need to sleep, and they need to, like, you know, talk to their families and friends. So, like, 4 hours is a long investment. If you think about it this way, if you were involved in a more traditional activity, like, say, a bowling league, or a baseball team, or a soccer club, 4 hours would be like a massive day of those things, right? Like a day of 4 hours of soccer, to and from driving, changing, showering, playing, team meeting afterwards, going home. That's 4 hours. That's a lot. That's a long day. Same for, like, if you're in a bowling league and you have to bowl once a week on Thursdays or something, 4 hours is the whole night. That's max, right? Because you got to work on Friday or you got to go to school the next day. So 4 hours is a massive commitment of time. And people are unrealistic about that in regards to video games and video game playing. I noticed this a lot when I was in the Counter-Strike source community in the early aughties, is that we would scrim, you know, for 2 or 3 hours, and it would be like, okay, I have other stuff to do. But people would be like, you're never going to be any good if you don't scrim for 8 hours a day. And it's like, well, fuck, I can't scrim for 8 hours a day. Yeah, 4 hours. That's a serious amount of work. Fun work, but... And expecting more from people is unrealistic. We're now building fighter ones. Fantastic. And we're now building more factories. So we need to start putting them into motorized. Now, this is where we're going to start running up on resource problems, and we're going to have to start importing stuff. And we do have another one here too. Well, yeah, let's get more motorized. So we're now down on the steel. Don't have enough steel. We took an air doctrine, right? Should we go straight to the Hawk 2? Do it, yeah. Better planes is better, right? So we don't have enough steel. So what we really need to do to resolve that steel problem is produce it locally. Let's see. Where is the thing where you can see your resources? Here we go. F8. Paraguay produces steel. We could use that. So... here, we're getting some steel from Chaco Austral. We're not getting all of this because of the infrastructure damage. So we should fix that ASAP. We're getting some from Uruguay. We're getting some from Chile. That's interesting. We really should be having more than enough steel, but let's move that up so we can get La Paz's steel online. And then... let's add some infrastructure to places we've taken over, like here. And here. Oh, and here for sure. Let's put 2 there. And, what, another one here, maybe? That'll put us at 6. And, oh, another one here. So we spread out some work to do there. That should be a positive. We're really just kind of like spinning our tires, right? We need this to not be communist. And so we're going to boost it as high as we can and then try to flip it. If you scrim 8 hours a day, you will look like the health minister of Belgium. All right, let's see what the health minister of Belgium looks like, because I don't know what that means. Health minister of Belgium. You'll look like Maggie DeBlock. That's horribly offensive. Let's not make fun of the fat people. It's too close to home. It's too close to home. All right. Pakistan and Bangladesh have signed a white peace. That guarantees Bangladesh's independence then, right? Because a white peace would mean they are not being conquered again. Yeah. And there's a new independent country now. They're nominally democratic. No progress on these guys' fascism. How much are we gaining in power a day? 0.64. And boosting popularity costs us 0.25. All right, we'll do it. We don't really have any sugar daddies to nuzzle up to. So we need to get more fascists in the world so we can have more free stuff. How's the war in Europe going? Pretty much the same last time we checked. Maybe the British are starting to lose their foothold. It kind of looks like they are. This border between Italy has been fluctuating a bit, but it's largely been like that the whole game. We're producing more domestic rubber now, so we should do this one. So this should increase the efficiency at which we gain what little we do gain locally. But we need more steel production, so the Comintern is doing pretty well in Europe. How about in Asia? So it looks like Japan is on the ropes too. Let's double check that we're right. Yeah, because of that United Chinese Front. Japan is being pushed out of Asia. They used to have like a big chunk here. And it looks like Siam is... So some of this obviously is turned to them. Yeah. It's tough to say what they're contributing down there. Maybe what's Burma doing? They're democratic. In Bangladesh, they're led by the same person. No, it's different people, same portrait. Okay, fair enough. Okay, let's take a do we have 50 factories yet? No, we don't. Let's take another equipment one. None pausing. So things are not looking good for fascist countries. Speaking of fascist countries, how's the United States doing? Oh, they are butchering Mexico. It was so dumb for them to declare war on Mexico. So dumb. Or on the United States. They had conquered all of South America, and they took half of Panama, and they were like, fuck it, we'll take the Canal Zone. And it's like, no, you won't. No, you won't. Don't do it. Don't do it. Status of Paraguay. All right, we've got about 20% fascism there, so that's not horrible. We're making progress. Construction. We're working. We're working. We no longer are starved for metal. That's good. Steel, rather. Hawk 2. So we can upgrade our airplanes a little bit more. We don't have many airplanes in the first place, but... interestingly enough, we are actually ahead on arty, which is amazing, but we don't have much arty in the field. Only the infantry has arty with it. No arty with the mobile corps and no arty with the horses. We're soaring ahead in infantry equipment 1, but that'll change as soon as we research more. Oh shit, wrong thing. Where do we need to take research? Airplanes? Air doctrine. Air doctrine. So we don't have the air experience, so we'll just pay the full price for that. Chaos342 says, in that multiplayer game, I took out Greece in 10 days, and Yugoslavia in 24 days, and made 2 puppets, Ethiopia and Yugoslavia, for that sweet manpower, left some provinces for the Turkey player, and I was chill. I played from 1936 to 1938, and because it's MP, it took 4 hours, and I got the hammer of a band. Yeah, it's a bit extreme. I mean, succeeding with Italy is an accomplishment, is my understanding. I'm not good enough to know the difference, but I've heard it's hard. All right, so I know if we do this, it'll cost us aluminum, and I know if we do this, it'll cost us steel. Perhaps we have enough aluminum to cover this? Oh, we need steel too. All right, well, we're researching the technology to take more steel from our domestic production. Maybe that'll make a difference. We might have to import more from the Americans. Mechanized offensive is complete. Excellent. Shit ton of naval invasions on the Greeks' core states. Yeah. Yeah, I don't really ever play in Europe. So that sounds like it would work. I've really only played in South America because I don't think Europe is interesting from a, like, have fun, do things different perspective. You know what I'm saying? I would like to take the world map and hit randomize and create a whole bunch of new countries all over it and stuff and play a game like that. That would be fun. All right, so no real difference here. 20% is 20%. No real difference here. 20%. So what do we got to do? Coups? I mean, you can't win a coup with 20%, right? Yugoslavia has declared war on Bulgaria. Huh. Okay. Bulgaria joined the Allies, so there's a new front for the... Remember, the Allies are fascist in this game. That's a new front against the Soviets. Comintern. So surely, though, this won't work, right? They need infantry equipment. I got it. I mean, let's do it. It takes half of political power daily. I mean, I don't make that much. I can't do both countries at the same time. Is this expanding at all? Oh, it is still growing. So is that. Okay, well, you know, well, I guess we'll wait it out for a bit. Take close air support effort. How's Paraguay's? Yugoslavia's joined the Comintern. Okay, that was to be expected. All right, we're at 24% fascist here. That's a good sign. The faster we get them to communism, or off of communism, the faster we can attack them. That said, I am kind of running out of time. Greece's AI. Just look at Greece's cores. They are on the coast, so it's extremely easy to take them out. Yeah, well, I mean, most of Greece is on the coast, so that makes sense. Greece's AI is retarded. I think all the AI is pretty bad. Bulgaria has capitulated. Okay, so much for that other front. How are our constructions progressing? We're working on the infrastructure now. What are we looking at? Have we gained any real stuff here? Alright, so look, Uruguay has a lot of cap now. Space for buildings. Let's build a couple civilian factories there. And then let's look at infrastructure investment. Try to get some up here in these border areas. Try to improve our attack space. And we got a research to do. Doesn't look like we have a stored bonus here for Signal Company too. Let's do that. Should try to use those, you know? Shouldn't waste them. How's Paraguay's government doing? 26%. Okay. I mean, we're making inroads. I don't want them to join the Comintern. And if I attack them while they're communists, they will. How's the war in Europe going? Alright, well, the British have kind of built a third front here. You know, the French and the Russians and the Germans all against the British and the Italians. How's this government? Oh, well, anything could happen there. Or communist. This is democratic. What they'd really need is Germany to flip, right? If Germany went back fascist, they've had enough time to rebuild a little bit, right? Let's take flexible navy. Chaos342 says he's not a pro. I've had a basic understanding of the AIs and confidence in some of the players' idiotic plans. Yeah, I'm certainly not a pro. I'm not good at this game at all, as far as I can tell. Let's see. Should we do RD research? Yeah, let's do support weapons too. We're running out of bonuses soon. How's our diplomatic persuasion going in India and Pakistan? 26%, 27% in India. Same in Pakistan. Okay. We can get these guys to flip on their own. They can open up a new front against the Comintern, maybe. All of the AI in Hoi 4 has Italian incompetence. Yeah, that seems to be what people say. I don't know better, so I couldn't tell you. But I've heard that. Alright. We apparently need a ton of towed anti-air still. This will be 4. So we need 2 there. We got plenty of tungsten, but we have plenty of arty as well. This will be 3 and 3. Alright. Let's click that. Right? We didn't need any more imports for that. United Mexican States was puppeted and Costa Rica was puppeted. So they let Mexico keep most of their conquests. That's interesting. And the Mexicans are currently democratic under Adolfo de la Huerta. And they gave a new country. Costa Rica is reborn under Ricardo Jimenez Remuno. America is still under Franklin Delano Roosevelt. Unlike most of my games, there are democratic. The American Concordant. Canada has joined. So there's a new faction. And it is all of North America. Uh-oh. 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 Please know me. Please leave me alone. I know they're looking at fat Argentina down here and they're like, oh. No, America, no! Comp group. Pause. Just take the next population increase. We are up to 200,000 in manpower, which we were at 70, so we've made some progress in that regard. We're gonna need more resource production from what we get, so let's do it. Spinning our tires is Argentina now, because if we do anything, we're gonna get fucked. We could theoretically be attacking Brazil. I don't think that's a good idea. They are now 29% fascist, so, you know, we've made real inroads on them. India, I think, and Pakistan are similar. Yeah, but 29%. Revive the screw guns. And Pakistan is 29% fascist as well. Japan. They appear to be currently holding their own, though I don't think that'll last. The war in Europe. Oh, the English are in trouble. They've probably lost a lot of men. Let's see. The world is down to 2 wars. 5 million Soviet Comintern troops have been lost, and only 2 million English Nazi alliance. Oh, whoa. When did all these people join the fascists? Jordan? Kemet? Oh, did they free them all? Did they free them all? Because those are all like African countries. Well, 10th Crusade? What? Where is this? Where is this country? Oh my god. They did free a bunch of countries. Where is the 10th Crusade? It's Crete? No. Where is this? How do I find where this is? Hey, go, zoom. Zoom to this country. Where are the 10th Crusade? Chaos 342. I literally lend-leased so many players in their civil wars. I just gave them Albanian, Greek, and Ethiopian equipment, but it's still better than being in the negative. Yeah, anything is being better than being in the negative. You sure got that right. Players had it more easy because of my supplying. I'm sure that made a difference. I mean, I spent the whole first part of the game nuzzling up against the fascist powers and saying, "Oh, please give me weapons." I like the idea that Hitler is a furry. It's very amusing to me. Is it Malta, the 10th Crusade? Yes, okay. The 10th Crusade is Malta. Okay, that's interesting. So has that changed? I mean, all the Levant now. Well, not all the Levant, but you know, this big section here is now independent and part of the Allies. How are these guys doing in South Africa? South Africa is fully fascist and has not joined that war at all. Okay, that's interesting. India making progress. I actually have to quit. I have to go very soon. I even supplied the server owner. Yeah, sometimes nothing you do can make people happy, Chaos. It's, you know, I mean, from your description of it, it sounded like you were being reasonable and they weren't. Probably the case. So what is going on up here? Are Norway and Sweden at war? No. Are they split ideologically? Yeah, I guess they are. So there's two big wars. It's the socialists of Europe plus China versus the socialists of England and Africa and the Middle East now, and half of Italy. And the second war is the socialists of Europe versus the Japanese. That's two separate wars for some reason. The Japanese, I guess, are not allied with them. The Japanese are kind of holding their own. The Allies are struggling. The Comintern is a great threat. The newest player is the American Concordant, which is a Democratic Alliance of North America. We, however, are tiny little Argentina. And we're right now playing the diplomatic game, trying to convert. Man, we're going backwards now on Paraguay. We're going to have to give that up. All right. We'll give it up. We'll give it up. We can't fight them because they'll join the Comintern right away. We're trying to convert India as well. We've made some progress there, and we're doing the same in Pakistan. And we made some progress there. When we come back tomorrow, we'll probably have to reorient and maybe consider attacking Brazil. I'll be back tomorrow. I stream in the mornings and I stream in the afternoons. I don't typically stream at lunchtime. I should be back sometime after 10 a.m. Central Time. And then till about 1. And then sometime after that till about 5 or 4. But I gotta go now because if I don't feed my wife in a timely fashion, I get beat. I'm just kidding. Have a good one.